My Celtics didn't play with Celtic pride. My Celtics embarrassed themselves, Transformer. Embarrassed the green and white. Embarrassed Lucky the Leprechaun. Embarrassed Red Auerbach. Embarrassed the great Mr. Russell. Embarrassed Larry Bird. None of these guys ever lost like this in a win-or-go-home situation. Now, have we had plenty of losses in these situations? Absolutely. As have anyone, right? We had the Memorial Day Massacre. We got destroyed by the Lakers. What, 148, 106, 111, something like that? Got destroyed, ran out of our own building by the Lakers in the NBA Finals. So we came back and won that thing, though. We came back and won that. Why? Because Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and those guys that Rick Pitino said aren't walking through that door. Those guys, they showed Celtic pride, Transformer. Last night, Jaylen Brown and Luke Cornett and Peyton Pritchard and my guy Derek White and Al Horford and all those guys, they didn't show Celtic pride. And they hurt me, Transformer. And I had to sit there and I had to take the call from Laker Nation and I had to hear myself get ripped. And I had to sit there and I had to take the call from Baltimore Bruce and I had to get ripped while he called my team, the team that I've loved since I was 8 years old in 3rd grade in 1986. Since Larry Bird was waving around the white towel in the Boston Garden in the playoffs.
Shout out, Larry Legend.
Thank you. En route to championship number 16. The team that I have loved. I had to sit here and I had to listen quietly in silence while my guys got ripped apart.
If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you.
So, Transformer, let's go ahead and do this, man. I got some things to say, all right? So just bear with me for a few minutes, if you will, please. All right, so y'all have heard this from me time and time again. Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers. The two greatest franchises in the history of basketball, no question, right? Celtics have 18 world championships. Lakers have 17, and I'm sure if they have their way, that'll be tied up pretty soon here because that's just how this thing goes. And we look at all of the greatness between those two franchises over time. That's me, my bad. We look at the greatness over those franchises over time. And I'm going to, because the Lakers don't even deserve to be in this discussion right now, I'm going to keep it Celtics, right? So we look at the Boston Celtics, and it's funny because, I just finished watching Celtic City, which is just an incredible documentary. And it took me back, of course, to well before I was born, right? The great Mr. Russell, Bob Cousy, the Jones Boys, and Hondo Havlicek and Dave Cowens and those guys. And then obviously Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Dennis Johnson and the Chief, Robert Parrish. And then, of course, the guys who were on path to be great but didn't quite make it. Reggie Lewis and, of course, Len Bias, right? Those were the next guys up. And then, of course, Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and now Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right? All these all-time greats. And there's a bunch of Hall of Famers that have worn the green and white that I'm missing that I haven't even brought up. Why am I bringing all this up? Of course, the legendary head coach Red Auerbach, the architect of all of this. Why am I bringing this stuff up? Because Red Auerbach created something called Celtic pride. All these all-time greats understood that there is a thing when you wear that uniform. There is a thing when you look up into the rafters of the TD Garden, formerly the Boston Garden, and you see the 18 World Championship banners, much like when you look up into the Staples Center and you see 17 World Championship banners, and you see all the Hall of Famers, and you see all the retired jerseys, and you understand the greatness intermixed and tied up within that city of Boston for all its issues with racial problems and history, etc. All of that, no doubt. But when you look up, you put that uniform on, and you go out onto that floor, that parquet floor, that looks like no other floor in the NBA, and you see Lucky the Leprechaun in the middle of that floor, you know what it is to wear that uniform and to play for that particular franchise, right? And when you're one of those guys, they'll all tell you, like Tatum tells you about, when you first get there, you're not sure, you don't understand what it is, but the guys before you kind of take you in and they teach you about that. Paul Pierce took Tatum in and kind of taught him about that. Of course, at the time, the great Mr. Russell. And Paul Pierce talks about when he got there, how he was embraced by Larry Bird and the guys who came before, and so on and so forth, right? Because this is legend, this is history, this is tradition, this is greatness, right? And so you have this thing, it's called Celtic pride. And the great Mr. Russell won 8 championships in a row from 1958 to 1966. But since then, the Celtics, as great as they've been, have not been able to repeat. They've not been able to go back to back and win championships. But we had to watch the Lakers do it in 87 and 88. And then we had to watch the Lakers do it 3 times in a row, 2000, 2001, 2002. Watch them three-peat with the great Kobe and Shaq, one of the greatest 1-2 punches in the history of the game. We had to watch that. And then we had to watch them do it again with Kobe and Paul Gasol in 2009 and 2010, the second of that back-to-back, defeating the Boston Celtics, right? We had to watch that. So they're doing it. Our greatest rival is doing it. But although we're winning championships, at a slower rate in the modern era, but although we're winning championships, we haven't been able to repeat. And the Boston Celtics, you see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, this new iteration, win going away last year, best team in the league, clearly, and have an opportunity, heavily favored all year long. When the Celtics lock in and the Celtics play how they're supposed to play, they have the best chance, and we're picking them to repeat. And we're saying, this is finally going to be it. This is the first time that we see the Celtics repeat since 1966, since the great Mr. Russell. We're finally back on that level with the Lakers. We're finally repeating. We're doing it. We're living up to our billing as arguably the greatest franchise in basketball history. Injuries happen. I understand that. Jason Tatum, all prayers up to you. You had the successful surgery. Now you have the hard part of the rehab. You blew out your Achilles. But guess what? I'm not going to sit here, Transformer, and I'm not going to say that had Jason Tatum been healthy, the Celtics would have won. I'm not going to say that because we don't know. Jaylen Brown and the rest of that team, Luke Cornett and the rest of those guys played valiantly in Game 5. They came back and they won big in the Boston Garden, 25, 27-point blowout, right? And so I'm saying to myself, they got a legitimate chance to go to New York here and win in Game 6 and force a Game 7 on the home court, where the ghost of Red Auerbach and the great Mr. Russell will knock in those shots where the ball is bouncing around on the rim and it looks like it's about to come off, then it drops through. That's the ghost of Red Auerbach and the ghost of the great Mr. Russell and the ghost of Bill Walton, all helping. Lucky the Leprechaun working his magic and helping things happen. But you got to get back there first. You got to get back there. But what did the Celtics do? What did the Celtics do, Transformer? Have a thing we call, I just finished talking about it, Celtic pride. The Boston Celtics pride. Guess what they didn't do? They didn't show Celtic pride in Game 6 in New York, Transformer. They didn't. The Boston Celtics lost by 38 points to the New York Knicks. All respect due to the New York Knicks because they played like they wanted it and they deserved it. But guess what? The Boston Celtics lost by 38 points, and that is the worst loss by a defending champion in an elimination game in NBA playoff history. That is supposed to be when you show Celtic pride. But my Celtics didn't do that. They didn't do that. They rolled over, Transformer. I was here with you, and I was here with the chat and the rest of the internet world, and I'm watching the game last night, and I'm hurt because I'm watching my guys come out there and act like they didn't want it anymore. I'm watching my guys come out there and act as if they didn't want to be the first Celtics team to repeat since 1960 freaking 6. I'm watching my guys come out there and roll over and say, here you go, Knicks. Take it from us. You can have it. We're not going to fight you for it. We don't care. Transformer. Transformer, you saw it because you see what the rest of the crowd doesn't see. You see how I had it queued up. I had the clip queued up for the Celtics after what I believed was going to be a win, forcing a game 7. And you know what that clip was? That was going to be Rudy Tomjanovich.
Rudy.
1995. Rockets winning their second championship in a row. When they interviewed him and they asked him what he thought, and he said, never underestimate the heart of a champion. And that was all queued up. And I was ready to click the mouse and press the button so that y'all could hear it. And y'all would know my Celtics are not rolling over. We have Celtic pride. I was ready, Transformer. I was ready. But guess what didn't happen? My Celtics didn't play with Celtic pride. My Celtics embarrassed themselves, Transformer. Embarrassed the green and white. Embarrassed Lucky the Leprechaun. Embarrassed Red Auerbach. Embarrassed the great Mr. Russell. Embarrassed Larry Bird. None of these guys ever lost like this in a win-or-go-home situation. Now, have we had plenty of losses in these situations? Absolutely. As have anyone, right? We had the Memorial Day Massacre. We got destroyed by the Lakers. What, 148, 106, 111, something like that? Got destroyed, ran out of our own building by the Lakers in the NBA Finals. But guess what? We came back and won that thing, though. We came back and won that. Why? Because Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and those guys that Rick Pitino said aren't walking through that door. Those guys, they showed Celtic pride, Transformer. Last night, Jaylen Brown and Luke Cornett and Peyton Pritchard and my guy Derek White and Al Horford and all those guys, they didn't show Celtic pride. And they hurt me, Transformer. And I had to sit there and I had to take the call from Laker Nation and I had to hear myself get ripped. And I had to sit there and I had to take the call from Baltimore Bruce and I had to get ripped while he called my team, the team that I've loved since I was 8 years old in 3rd grade in 1986, since Larry Bird was waving around the white towel in the Boston Garden in the playoffs.
Shout out, Larry Benson.
Thank you. En route to championship number 16. The team that I've loved. I had to sit here and I had to listen quietly in silence while my guys got ripped apart. But guess what? They got ripped apart because they deserved it. Because they handed each and every one of you the opportunity to do that to them. First, they handed the Knicks to do that to them. And then they handed the entire Laker Nation, not just Laker Nation, who calls in the show and who guest hosts with me sometimes. I'm talking about the entire Laker Nation. They handed the entire NBA nation who doesn't love the Celtics like I do the opportunity to rip them and destroy them. And guess what? They deserved it, Transformer, because they rolled over and they laid down and they didn't show Celtic pride. They didn't do that. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't. And so I'm watching a 38-point demolition at the hands of the New York Knicks. Were the New York Knicks the better team in this series? Yes. I was going in saying first, well, the Celtics didn't really lose games 1 and 2. You know, they kind of gave it to them. But no, now looking back, the Knicks wanted it more. They were tougher mentally and physically, and they took it from them. When the Celtics are playing on all cylinders, yeah, they're the better team. But the Knicks were the better team in this series, and we saw it, right? We saw it. We saw last night the Celtics fall back to the Celtics that lost games 1 and 2, 12 of 40, 30%. From 3-point range, right? The 3 ball wasn't falling. Joe Mazzulla made no adjustments. He didn't start going to other things. He didn't run offense. He didn't do all the things we talked about. He didn't focus on getting rebounds. He didn't focus on any of that, okay? He didn't do the things that you need to do to win when jump shots aren't falling. Al Horford, minus 33. Luke Cornett, minus 16. Drew Holiday, minus 34. Derek White, minus 45. Jaylen Brown tried, but minus 30. Just a terrible outing by the guys they needed most. Porzingis, minus 14. 4 points. They got nothing. They got nothing. The The reason I'm going in like this, because when the Lakers lose like this, I'm quick to get on here and talk my smack.
Yes, you
When
are.
anyone else loses like this, I'm quick to get on here and talk my smack. And y'all know, if you watch this show, if y'all listen to me, y'all know I take pride in being objective and being consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rob Parker, a journalist that I'm such a big fan of, y'all know that. One of his best taglines is, "I'm not a hater, I'm a reporter." And as a reporter, you got to keep it a buck. And I'm keeping it a buck despite the fact that y'all know you can look at my logo and you can see Lucky the Leprechaun in the middle of my chest because I am a Celtics fan. But guess what? I got to come on here and I got to tell you all the truth. They didn't play with Celtic pride. They embarrassed me. They embarrassed the city of Boston. They embarrassed New England. They embarrassed the NBA. They embarrassed the ghost of Red Auerbach. They embarrassed the ghost of the great Mr. Russell, the great Bill Walton, and all the others, Casey Jones. They embarrassed Bob Cousy, who's still living. They did not play the way defending championship Celtics should play. It's one thing if you don't repeat, and if you lose, okay, I get it. But losing like that, there's no excuse, Transformer. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. I had to get that off my chest. I had to tell it, Transformer. I had to tell it, man. What you guys say, man?
I'm gonna need the chat to go ahead and send those send some money to the channel. My headphones are blown. My computer's reading too hot. My camera, I don't know what. Am I crazy? Am I grainy at all? Because Bruce, you cook, and everything over here is smoking. My shirt, this jacket, when I started, it was actually white. It's red now, and the logo had to switch from red to white. My hat was blue. It's red now. Boy, I had to follow that up. I got nothing. The meaningfulness of Celtic pride. As you guys know, I am a Laker fan. You can see it right there. It's right behind me. Laker Nation till I die. Laker
Facts.
land till I die.
Facts.
That's one team I hate the most.
Yes.
Worse than the Chicago Bears. And that's the Boston Celtics. I do not like the Boston Celtics. I do not like when people mention the word Boston. If you're from Boston, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like you. And it's not personal.
Nope.
It's just it's the rivalry of the game. Rivalry of the sport that I grew up to love. Became a Laker fan in 96 when Kobe Bryant got drafted. And I've been a Laker fan since that day. But boy, the sheer audacity, the medial gall.
That's right.
Of what the Boston Celtics put on the floor.
Tell them.
Last night.
Tell them.
I was embarrassed.
Tell them.
Downright disgraceful as a champion. One, you're a champion. That's a different category. You're a champion. You're the reigning champs. Reigning champs, right? Then you're the Boston Celtics. Those are two different things. I want y'all to bear with me for a second. 75 years. I believe this is year 76. The NBA has been an institution. The Lakers and the Boston Celtics have accounted for 35 of the NBA titles since this thing has become into fruition. The NBA, Boston and Lakers have 35 championships just between those two teams. And it's not like one team has 26 and the other one has the remainder. This is neck and neck. We're at 18 for the Boston Celtics, respectfully, and 17 for the Los Angeles Lakers. Neck and neck.
That's right.
These are the two of the marquee franchises of the entire league. The league moves to the podium into the role, into the way it flows from the west side of the United States in Los Angeles with the Lakers and on the eastern seaboard with the Boston Celtics. Correct. It flows how they flow. The ratings, everything proves it. Sports Center, ESPN, Fox Sports, NBC, CB, whatever your sports network is, it thrives off of those two franchises being at the top of their game. That's when they get the most views, they get the most clicks, the numbers go higher. For you guys, as in Boston Celtics, to lay the most embarrassing loss from a defending champion in an elimination game.
Mm-hmm.
Despite Jason Tatum being gone, because you did it the game before without Jason Tatum. You did it in TD Garden and you beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't show no competitive spirit.
Nothing.
In the game that mattered the most. The game that mattered the most, the elimination game, you showed no competitive spirit. Why you say that, Transformer? You get 6 fouls. You get 6 fouls per game.
That's right.
One person on the entire roster had more than 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
That person got fouled out. You know who that person was?
Jaylen Brown.
That person was Jaylen Brown, the 1A, 1B superstar of the Boston Celtics. Everybody else had no more than 2.
Yeah.
If you ain't fouling, if you ain't willing to put somebody on the ground, if you ain't willing to go out for war, ready to battle, get off the court. Why are you here? You have 6 fouls. I'm using 5 of them. And by the end of fourth quarter, I may get fouled out because I'm going to leave here knowing that I gave 100% effort. I put up 100% grind, and I gave it all I freaking had on that floor.
And if you lose because that happens. You're not happy about it, but it happens.
You lose.
But if you know you gave everything, you can live with that.
You know you gave the best fight you could.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown hit the floor 10 times. That's why I'm taking away from it.
Yeah.
I had 15, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and I had 5 fouls. 4 of them was on Jaylen Brown. I'm Jalen Brunson.
Right.
I'm making sure Jalen Brunson touched the floor. Right? If he's your leading scorer, I'm making sure he touched the floor. Cat, oh my God. I'm making sure he says that at least 15 times tonight. That's if I'm doing something for my superstar who just tore his Achilles in game 4, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's right.
I'm putting fisticuffs on the floor. I'm getting a tech, a flagrant foul,
a brawl.
It has to get ugly. It has to get ugly in the trenches, in the backcourt, full court press. Nothing changed for the Boston Celtics in this game. The Boston Celtics in the first half scored 37 points. 37. The New York Knicks in the quarter number 2 had 38. Where's your effort, Boston? Where's the pride?
And
if this was the Lakers, I wouldn't have even accepted the ass whooping like that. Like, come on, did you fight? Fight me.
Right.
Fight me.
That's what's killing me the most, Transformer. Celtic pride is a real thing. The great Celtics will all tell you that. It's not just something that they say. It's a real thing. And to go out there and not show it at all, man, you disappointed the ones that are looking down. You disappointed the ones that are still alive. It's to your point is that there was no fight. You didn't compete. Let me take a second here. I was about to read that.
Yep.
Laker Nation, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Keeping the gold energy. Sorry, Bruce. I'm happy the Celtics lost. I would expect nothing less, Laker Nation. However, that was embarrassing. You're 100% right. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell it, man, because I have to. Because when the Lakers lost, I had no problem telling you about it. I had no problem telling Transformer about it. So guess what I got to do? I got to sit here.
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Right.
Lakers in 5.
So, that's right. So I got to sit here now, and I have to take my medicine because my Celtics didn't show up. See, here's the difference. Your Lakers lost. Your Lakers competed, though. Can I say that? No. I got to sit here looking, because I got the box score up, and I got to look at the most lopsided, embarrassing score in an elimination game by a defending champion in NBA freaking history. That's not Celtic pride. It's not. And that makes it even more difficult looking at what the Lakers, please, I did not mean to disrespect the Lakers by including them in this type of damn blasphemy that my guys showed yesterday. So, gentlemen, please forgive me for that. You don't deserve to be mentioned along with this. So it's going to make it even more difficult to see what the Celtics front office is going to do in terms of move making this offseason. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for the super chat, Laker Nation. It's not that serious. Super chat, $5. I appreciate it. Here's $5 for the headphones fund. I appreciate you.
He
It's
cooked
not
mine.
that, man. I got to. Man, listen. I sat here, for a couple hours earlier today, and I thought, should I script out what I want to say? Should I write it down and have it up on the screen? I said, no, I'm gonna go from the heart. Because, again, as a journalist, you're not supposed to particularly be a fan, or you're not supposed to openly profess fanhood of a team. But I can't do that because I've loved these guys for so long. I love the Ravens. I love the Fighting Irish. If y'all know anything about me in college football, man, the Fighting Irish is touching it. Right. I took my son to Notre Dame for the first time ever last year. He was 8, and we went up there, and we had that experience together, and it was just incredible. I went up there myself for the first time 3 years ago, and I live in Florida, but we took the trip. And so anyway, I say it to say, I love Notre Dame football. I love the Baltimore Ravens. I love the Boston Celtics. But with all of that said, I can't sit here and act like the Celtics didn't lay the biggest freaking egg ever. I can't. I have to tell it how it is. And y'all know that that's what you're going to get from me. I'm going to tell it how it is. So I appreciate the super chats, gentlemen. I do. Thank you so much for continuing to support the show. But yeah, this is tough. And let me say this. If any of y'all know, I lived in Brooklyn, New York for 9 years, man. I met my wife in Brooklyn, New York. My daughter was born there. I love New York City, man. I think it's right there with London and Paris and Seoul as the best cities in the world. I love New York City. That said, despite the beating that they put on them, I'm saying it now. Go New York, go New York, go. Because I would love to see the Knicks go ahead and finish this thing. They got 8 more games to win, 2 more series, but I would love to see it. I would love to see Brunson get anointed. Now, of course, if they win the championship, you'll hear all this foolishness about Brunson being the best Knick ever, and that's nonsense. But still, he would become a made man forever. He would never have to pay for anything else in New York City for the rest of his life. And it would be wonderful for all my people in New York City. So definitely, man, shout out to the Knicks. And I hope you all go ahead and get it done now. If it couldn't be us, I would love to see it be y'all. But man,
Bruce is not lying about being in love with New York. You know how I know?
It's fact.
All his favorite rappers is from New York City. If it ain't from New York City, it didn't exist. It ain't rap. It ain't hip hop. It ain't nothing.
That's not true. But my favorite rappers are from New York, though.
Or one guy from the West Coast that he may mention. The rest of these guys are in Britain.
Yeah, Germany.
These guys in Germany, France, right? If he ain't from New York, if they ain't spitting bars, if they ain't talking something nah.
What's good?
No, negative. His favorite producer, New York City. Favorite rapper, New York City.
No doubt.
Favorite instrumental, something from New York City. It's all New York City. So New York City, the Knicks, he's being genuinely honest when he says he wishes y'all the best and to go win that title, man. I'm actually rooting for you now. I'm really, really on the fence of definitely booking a flight to New York if y'all win that championship, man, because I know that city is going to be electric.
What?
Man, it's going to be electric. I haven't been to New York in about 10 years, maybe. About 10 years. Yeah.
I haven't been there in probably about, what is this, 2025?
2025, yeah.
Yeah, about 10 years, maybe a little longer. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've been there. But I know I'm gonna have my butters ready. And if you know what butters are. You gotta have your butters ready.
Call those construction Tims.
I got my New York fitted. I got my fitted ready. I'm busting through the man. Listen, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing, bro. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm from New York for 24 hours.
That's a fact.
I'm from New York for 24 hours. Man.
That's a fact. Nah, man, definitely, man. If anybody I'm rooting for now, it's definitely the Knicks, man. I want that for them. I want that for the city. I want that for my people in New York. So that'd be love. But yeah, man, I had to. I don't. I had to come through and do it, Transformer. I had to do it, man.
No, man. Hey, we proud of you, man. I tried to give you. I tried to make sure everybody else gave you grace last night. I saw from the moment the second quarter was over, because the first quarter you're like, okay, down 6, close game. We got it. But that second quarter, it went from bad to ugly to goddamn devastating. Third
Yeah.
quarter, they just put
That's
the
about
cherry
right.
on top.
Yeah, I like that. Bad to ugly to devastating.
Yeah.
That's about right.
It was just ugly. And at that point, third quarter, and shout out Q, shout out to Opinion Stated and his podcast and channel on YouTube, man. If you're interested, go check him out. He was trying. Hey man,
He was trying.
You can go on a 10-point run. Q is over.
Yeah.
Q is over. There was no heart in the Boston Celtics. They kept shooting threes. They wouldn't drive the basketball. Jaylen Brown had no more legs.
No.
Right. And come to find out, he has a meniscus injury. He had a meniscus tear that he was laboring on from before the playoffs even started. I heard rumbles about that before the playoffs started, that he was going through some knee issues. So that's not a postseason like I lost, I was hurt type of case. But but Jaylen Brown had no legs.
Nah, you saw it when he throws short.
It was short. Everything was short.
I thought it was exhaustion. But yeah,
he pulled up for a three, and I could tell he put everything he could in it. And that was short.
Yes,
I was like, yeah, he's gassed. He's gassed. Like he's gassed. Pritchard. Right. I remember this man shooting 4 threes alone in the first quarter in Game 4. For some odd reason, he couldn't attempt a shot into the second quarter.
Nothing.
Right? Where's your pride? You know Jason Tatum's not there. Air it out. Foul.
Everybody, and everybody's got to pick up the slack. Everybody
has to chip in, right? Craig, if I'm coming off the bench, and I know Torrey Craig hasn't played, he played 1 minute this entire series, played 9.
That's right.
In 9 minutes, I get 5 fouls. 5 fouls, man. 9 minutes. I got 9 minutes to put some elbows and some chests, run some dudes over. If anything, the Knicks, by the time y'all done with tonight's game, y'all limping into the conference finals.
That's right.
You gonna remember me, right? The only way we remember this Boston Celtics team is by 38 points.
Facts.
We got nothing else to remember you by.
You're 100% right, Transformer.
You're the defending champs. Now, mind you, I distaste the Boston Celtics, so you know it's real when I got something to say about it, right? I just out of nowhere, I'm recovering from my surgery, so I got a lot of free time on my hands, right? I'm on my couch just chilling, and I just so happen to just look up some Larry Legend highlights. Now, if one thing you know about me, I don't give a flying F about not one Celtic other than Rajon Rondo, but he became a Laker, became a champion, so that don't count. Yeah. But it's only one person that I'll give the ultimate respect to. And that's the greatest white man to ever grace a freaking basketball in his hand. That is Larry freaking Legend. Larry freaking Legend. I was watching nothing but highlights and what Magic used to say about him, what Gary Payton used to say about him, Michael Jordan used to say about him, Danny Ainge used to say about him. The stories upon stories upon stories. And back to Bruce's point earlier about Celtic pride, he carried that pride.
He did.
Carried it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba, I got something for you. You see that corn over there? Merry Christmas. I'm shooting it from right there. I got a present for you right there in that corner.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Not even a regular jump shot. Falling away, fade away. Bucket. Look at the bench. Merry Christmas. That's pride. I know what I'm going to do. I know you can't stop it. I know who I am. So Boston Celtics, man, if when y'all watch this, that's pride. At least go out with that. If you lose by 4, fine. You lose by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, fine.
Right.
But at least you went out there and you showed that competitive spirit. And you showed, hey, man, we the champs, man. Hey, Jason Tatum, he hurt. Hey, we have a 80% record when he's out. Show it.
Thank you.
Show it. Show it. I don't need you to win. I just need you to make it close. Make it competitive. Make me be on the edge of my seat in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Danny, right there. We make one more shot. We in there.
And if the Knicks come out because they played harder and they did the little things and they win, then so be it.
Absolutely. Show none of that. Show none of that.
It
was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing.
100%.
It was embarrassing.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I got on this topic, man. Let's go ahead and take a couple calls, man. Let's take a couple calls on this real quick because I'm sure somebody may want to talk to me about this, as I was not in much of a mood to talk last night for obvious reasons. Yeah, let's take a couple calls. You all know the number 904-219-8264.
Somebody find Brucey for us.
8264. Oh, we gonna get to that.
Because Brucey's gonna like this next conversation. So is Eddie, because I need Eddie. Eddie's definitely gonna call in on this show because I need him to explain
that
what
nonsense
the
he
game
tried to.
is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I need him to explain this. I never heard rebounds making you a good player, a good game.
I mean, no, if that's all you do, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with being a dominant rebounder. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yep.
I know what you're saying. No calls on this? Damn, nobody wants to lambaste me about my boys not doing what they were supposed to do last night.
I want you to go back and rehear what the hell you said. What I gotta call in for? Bruce, tell me how you really feel. I don't know. They like, hey man, he said it.
Hey,
man, he done. Look, he cooked.
It had to be done, man. Somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to do it, and it didn't have to be me.
Well,
oh Lord.
There you go. Whew, all right. Laker Nation, good evening, sir.
I want to go one thing.
What's up, man?
Hold on, let me mute this.
Okay.
I forgot to mute my computer. I understand you going through a depression right now.
Yeah.
But you still could have came and supported your boy today.
You know what? You're right, man. I owe you for that.
I told you to
brother.
Turn on that bell.
I did. I did, but I wasn't even paying attention to my phone. But you know what? I owe you. Yes, I owe you.
You know what, Laker Nation, man? Nah, I'm gonna back my boy Bruce up on this one. But boy. Your lack of concern and love and care for Bruce, man, the man's hurting. And you being selfish. Man, come check out my show, man. That man has something to get off his chest, bro. Let the man ventilate. He needed to ventilate.
Bruce?
I do shout your show every time I get on here, though. I definitely do.
Bruce?
Yes, sir.
Tell Transformer what you did to me when the Lakers lost.
And that's why I had to come on here and I had to take my medicine. I went on his show and I
didn't see it.
He came on my show. He clicked the link. He came on the screen and was making Lakers and 5 jokes for damn near 5 minutes straight.
I was
and I just sat there and took it.
But like I said, Transformer, at least you guys competed and we did not. So,
Bruce.
Yes,
Bruce.
Yes, sir.
A loss is a loss.
Hell no, it ain't. Not like that. No, I totally disagree. An ass whooping and a loss is two different things.
Well, yeah.
At the end of the day, we lost in the first round.
Okay.
You guys at least made it to the second round. And two, this is just an embarrassment for the two top franchises in the NBA. It don't look good for the sport.
No, it doesn't, Laker Nation. But what I'll say is this, right, real quick. I don't know if you caught it when I said it earlier. This loss by the Celtics last night is the worst loss in the history of the NBA playoffs by a defending champion in an elimination game. Like, there's no excuse for that. And again, I understand what you're saying. A loss is a loss. But if you compete and you come up short, okay, it's still a loss, but it's like you competed. This here? What? This? Nah, Laker Nation, that's not the same, my man. It's not.
Well, I was going to get in. I'm not going to, I'm just, I can't say that without sounding insensitive.
No, man, say what you got to say. We deserve whatever you say, man. Go ahead, say it.
Who's we?
At the end of the day,
me, the Celtics. The Celtics.
Okay. At the end of the day, it's the same. It's how you the same way you feel that the Lakers was in the same situation. I did not want them to get another championship before we get 18.
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
I did not want to hear it if you guys would have went back to back, I damn sure didn't want to hear that. Because you sure would have been letting us know.
I would have, but you know
every day.
I said in my soliloquy though, we have had to watch Magic and Showtime go back to back in 87 and 88. Then we had to watch Kobe and Shaq three-peat. Then we had to watch Kobe and Powell back to back. And we haven't been able to go back to back since 1965 and 1966, Laker Nation. So
I don't think either one of us was alive. Yeah,
that is none of us were. That's right.
Yeah, none of us.
Right. No. And so you know, you guys know what back to back is. I don't know what that means in my life. I don't know what that means.
Y'all did go through it for a while.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I did go through it.
Right. So, you know, look, whatever you have to say, what can I say? We deserve whatever you have to say, and I'm here for it, man.
Reason why I say a loss is a loss is at the end of the day, we both pissed off because, you know, we all feel like both our teams could have done better. You know, losing in 5 games when you're the favorite, I have my rant. That shit to me is unacceptable. Excuse my language.
Yes.
To me, that's unacceptable. It's unexcusable. And the way we lost in a series where you were the favorite and you should have won and you could have if you'd have made the proper adjustments and not played a 41-year-old 75 plus minutes in 2 games. And the only big man that we had, you didn't play him at all in the elimination game. While his counterpart is having the best game of his damn career on your home floor.
Right,
it's unacceptable.
I got
At least you didn't get. At least you guys didn't get destroyed like that on your home floor. You at least played with some pride. You at least put boots to asses to them. And you at least extended it to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I was about to say, what pride? Because Celtics pride went missing.
No.
They need to call the cops last night.
You guys did not lose. You guys didn't lose at 5 on your home court.
Okay. All right.
So you did push. You did push it to 6. I'm not gonna make no excuses for them.
Right.
But I feel like they left everything out on the floor in Game 5 and had nothing left in Game 6. That's just my. I'm just being real.
Lakers didn't.
Man,
what game did you watch?
Either.
Okay, did you watch the series at all, or was you just looking at the scoreboard?
I watched the series.
Okay, so saying that they didn't go all out, I mean, you just said the man who's 40-something years old played 47 minutes. Is that not going all out?
Man, he did not have anything. And the other guys
did have anything. What?
Did not, and the other guys did not step up. You get Luka getting blown by everybody. Austin Reeves did not play as up to par like he was like he should have. There was no defense whatsoever. There was some steals here and there and then like that, but were we really inserting our dominance on them on the defensive end? Be real.
Where could our dominance have shown when where they couldn't be dominant, we couldn't respond? I'm trying to figure that part out.
Did we insert our will on them on the defensive end?
As much as we could, yes.
We did not.
Did Anthony Edwards not have his worst game in Game 5? Did we not try to slow him down? Yes, I'm pretty sure we did. Did you not see that game? Or
we did not insert our
okay. I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak because them glasses ain't working.
No, it's true.
Them glasses, boy, you need to get them things checked.
You know I'm telling the truth.
I know you're not. That's the problem. I'm flabbergasted that your ass is blind as a bat.
Insert our dominance on the defensive end. Because if you still
as
lose,
dominant as you can, are we known as a defensive team? Yes or no? Are we known as a defensive team? Yes or no?
Not have a career game when he had the worst game of his career in the playoffs, and you still lose damn near by 10. There is no defensive. You did not assert your dominance on the defensive end at all.
Okay, Laker Nation. Okay, goggles. I got you, bro.
You did not.
Okay, bro. I got you.
Shout
You
out.
got anything else, bro? We got another call coming in.
What's going on, G? What's going on, brother?
So, with all that being said, we both got some big off season to do to pick up on our deficiencies that we had this year. I think you guys just need to move on to Pro Missoula and just get a coach that's actually going to coach them and use your star strength.
You can't move off of a champion that fast. That's the thing.
Nah.
Man, they've been doing.
They do next year. You can't move off from a champion after 1 year.
They doing it.
And he's also going to have the excuse. I'm not using this as an excuse, but he's going to have Tatum as an excuse, which may legitimately buy him another year after next year. You know what I'm saying?
They had a winning record without Tatum in the lineup this year.
True indeed, but we'll see when we have to do it for like a whole season, and then not being sure what type of roster is coming back.
Well, the one person they can't move on from is Jaylen Brown because they invested too much in him.
Clearly.
Who the hell gonna take on that massive contract?
Well, it's a super max. He got what he got. But you got anything else, Laker Nation? We're gonna go ahead and get to the next one. We'll take one more before we hit this next topic and then get out of here for the night.
Oh no! I wasn't. I didn't hear everything that you said because when I came on, you ended your rant, so I didn't hear everything that you said. So
yeah, you might want to go back and check it out. I'm sure.
I ain't gonna comment, but I ain't gonna comment on your rant. So a rant it was needed.
It was. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, man. Check that out when you get a chance.
For sure.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, man. Thanks again for the super chat.
All right, and then we'll talk in October.
Yes, we will. All right, man. All right, great call from Laker Nation. Always appreciate that. Oh man. All right, we'll take one more. If not, we're gonna go ahead and get to this next topic because we gotta talk about it, man. We gotta talk about it. So I'm gonna give you all 30 more seconds. If anybody wants to call in, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead. Starting now.
Where is Brucey?
You know he's not gonna call. You know he's not gonna call.
I'm a Facebook caller. I mean, not Facebook, Instagram.
Edward, what's up, man? What nonsense you coming with now? Oh, wait. Before you even start, hold on. Before you even start, because you were talking some nonsense to me in our chat.
Hold on, baby. Hey, yo, hey, look, man, calm down, baby. Put your hands down when you talk to me, okay? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Come on, let's go.
I just want to know. I want to know what, you know what? Nah, that's not even relevant to the topic. Go ahead, what you
No. I'm saying 10 toes down on what come on, what don't say it.
No.
You know, I ain't finna hold up the phone lines or nothing like that, man. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to the point and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say and I'm gonna go.
All right.
Say what you gotta say, B.
No, go ahead. Talk to me, man. What were you calling in to say? What's your comment?
Okay, are y'all on this next topic about this Caitlin Clark game? Because I need to get my name cleared.
We haven't started that yet. We still.
Okay. I got the facts.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you about to get roasted. Get ready for that.
Nah, man.
You about to be a Walmart rotisserie chicken out here for that
Receipts.
Nah, man.
Receipts.
Nah.
Facts.
Receipts.
Nah, man.
It's about to get ugly.
What'd you say, bro?
We got receipts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I got receipts, but I'm hey, if you're gonna quote me correctly. That's all I'm gonna say.
Word for word, bar for bar. Word for word, bar for bar.
All right, then. We gonna hold that.
Go ahead.
No.
No. You gotta wait till we get to the segment first, man.
I am. I'm gonna hang up, man. Hey, I've been on the phone too long, but I'm gonna let it get off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, brother.